Tafari TV, giving you the information when you need it the most. Tafari TV.
Okay, doing an outline for a Zelda franchise. What are we doing? And remember, we are just connecting the dots. Home base will handle all the fine details. Okay, what are we doing? Original story, going with the games.
Games.
Okay, what game are we going to start with?
Majora's Mask. Link to the Past.
Ew, no, Ocarina of Time. We're going with the big three. Before you get started, we got notes from Nintendo. Oh my god, what? Chris Pratt has to have a role in every film. Are you f***ing serious? It's him or Jack Black. Oh my... Fine, he can be the tree. In which game? Yes. Works for me. Okay, we're talking about a big fat franchise with a ton of games. So here's how we're going to cover the lore. We open on a tapestry detailing all the history. Now, who's doing the narration?
Keith David.
This guy gets it. Now we're cooking. So we open on a tapestry narrated by Keith David.
Well, if we want narration, what about Morgan Freeman?
Narrated by Keith David. But hold that thought.
Okay.
That's right. We're starting this off with Silverthroat the Goat, baby. We open on a tapestry, a slow version of the Lost Woods play. Long ago, in a distant land, the ancient demon lord Demise was felled in battle. But before he could meet his end, he placed a curse on the hero who had slain him and the highness he had rescued. Those reborn who harbor my hatred, bear the blood of a goddess, or hold the soul of a hero, shall suffer this curse forever. His words rang true, as the three were birthed anew, and they clashed over and over and over again.
Okay, but what if every time you say the word over, we cut in with the sound of swords clashing and sparks flash to reveal different final battles from different games? That way we kind of have that material covered.
And that covers a lot more lore. Get this guy a raise.
I don't know, that seems like too much.
Get this guy out of here. Back to the narration. What you are about to witness is not where our story begins, but the next chapter of many battles to come. Just like the game, we pan down to the forest, go into the village. The Deku Tree, voiced by Chris Pratt, sends the fairy off to fetch a link, and the adventure begins.
Wait, these games are super long. How do we fit this into a 2-hour film?
Yeah, that's the fun part. We don't. So, we're actually going to make 3 movies, but it's actually going to be 6. We do one project every 2 to 3 years, first half in the spring, second half in the winter. First part, we introduce all the characters. End goal, first half of the dungeons. Second part, we do the second half of the dungeons, rest of the story, final boss, end credits. End credit scenes where we can tie the whole franchise together. So we end the first film. Ganon is defeated and sealed away. Link returns to the young timeline. We see the characters in the end credits roll just like in the game. We finish on Link riding off into the woods as the Skull Kid follows behind him.
Which means
we're hinting at a story that's going to happen, but we're not going to tell.
Oh.
End credit scene. We cut back to Ganon being sealed. As he falls into the shadow, his body grows smaller and smaller, getting further and further from the camera, but then Ganon wakes up. The camera zoomed in on his face, looking slightly different. As he says, it was only a dream. A distant memory. The camera slowly zooms out and turns to static as if someone is watching this. The words, "New timeline detected," flashes on the screens, cuts to black. Okay, that's a wrap on day 1. Alright, welcome back, bitches. What are we doing? Hey, so I was thinking, motherfucker, the next words out of your mouth better be Wind Waker, or I swear to God you're fired. Wind Waker. That's right. Now, for the intro, we open on the end credit scene for the last film, and we cut to another tapestry, this time straight out of the game, and this time narrated by Morgan Freeman. Blah, 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 same formula, part 1, part 2, insert some heartfelt conversation between the Chris Pratt tree and Link reuniting. We cut to the final battle at Hyrule Castle. Ganondorf begins to monologue with his back turned. For 1,000 years, I lay dormant. Generation after generation passing me by, and when I finally escape, what do I find? The 2 people who imprisoned me somehow still living. And the cruel twist of fate is me being the only of us 3 who hold that memory. And yet, even that last battle didn't feel like our first encounter. Ganon draws his blades. Perhaps, if I kill you this time, maybe we can be freed from whatever sick cycle we've been subjected to. Ganondorf turns, aiming his sword at Link. Come and face me, boy. Let's see which one of us can defy our fate. We know how this goes. Ganon gets stabbed in the face.
Isn't this a kid's movie?
Ganon gets stabbed in the face. We're being true to the source material. The day is saved. We roll credits just the same as the last film. We end on the cruise sailing the high seas, and out in the distance, they spot a ghost ship.
Oh, so we're
hinting, not telling. Now the end credit scene, we cut to Ganon's statue underwater, sword still in place. We creep in slowly, let the music rise and build up tension as we get closer and closer and closer until Ganondorf awakes, looking slightly different again. It was just a dream. The camera once again starts to static as the words "New timeline detected" appear on the camera. It zooms out to reveal a monitor, this time showing a mysterious set of blue hands typing on a keyboard and the sound of a faint, interesting. before cutting to black. And that's a wrap on day 2. See you all tomorrow.
But there's still time left in the day, shouldn't we?
Hey, Ted, you got a pregnant wife at home, right?
Yeah.
Due any day now?
Yes.
You know your maternity leave hasn't been approved. Or you can question me again and we can approve it permanently.
See you all tomorrow?
See you tomorrow. All right, day 3, ready to wrap this thing up like a Chipotle burrito, and we'll start by seeing who did their homework. What game do we finish with?
Twilight Princess.
That's right, and we are pushing for that much darker feel. Now, we do that by setting the tone in the beginning. We change the intro. No narration, no tapestry, just pure silence. We open on a battlefield with the only sound being heard is the wind going over the blades of grass. We see a lone soldier, his eyes bleeding, his armor is chipped, riddled with arrows, horn missing from his helmet, his breathing is heavy. Opposite of him is an army of monsters. He's clearly outnumbered. Behind him is what's left of his fellow soldiers. They try to stand by his side, but he throws his arm out. No! They realize he's telling them that they need to escape and inform the royal army what happened here today, and this will be his last stand. As they tearfully ride off into the distance, we cut to a side shot, our lone hero versus the monster army, zooming in slowly as he raises his blade and charges towards the enemy, the only sound now being his footsteps and clanking armor. And just before the opposing forces clash, we cut to black. The opening credits are now overlaid over a montage of the aftermath of Ocarina of Time. We see Ganon's defeat, young Link coming home, warning Zelda, Ganon's arrest, and then his escape from execution. We finish with the end credits from the last movie, and that is where our story begins. Layout is the same until the third act of part 2, where we see Wolflink going to meet the hero Shade one last time. But as Link summons him, we cut to the final battle. Ganondorf monologues mentioning how he cheated death from these children once before, but now he'll be the one to deliver it to them. As the fight enters its final phase and both men draw their swords, we cut back to the hero Shade asking Link, "Are you prepared for your final lesson?" The hero Shade then reveals himself to be Link from Ocarina of Time, our Link from the first movie, and the soldier from the opening sequence, informing his current self that the enemy that is currently staring him down is the same one that he faced long ago, and that his final test will teach you to defeat him. And then... Actually, there's someone who did a whole fan animation of this where, like, the two fights basically mimic each other and, like, cut back and forth, showing how Ocarina Link was basically able to teach Twilight Link Ganon's entire fight style so that he could basically knew his moves ahead of time. It's actually like a beautiful piece of footage. We should just hire that guy and recreate that.
Okay, but what about the ending? Are we going to be able to pull that off?
Oh no, we are absolutely snapping his neck on camera. We are pushing the out of that PG-13 rating. Plus, these kids will be 6 when the first one comes out, 16 by the time this drops.
Wait, but the Deco Tree isn't in this.
And neither is Chris Pratt. Now, the final end credit scene is where this all comes together. We see our 3 defeated Ganons fall into darkness, turn to stone, a lifeless corpse. They all merge into the Twilight Ganon because he's got the coolest design. And now, a flash of light appears. He falls from the light, alive, but lands in a mysterious place. In the shadows, we see silhouettes of Bowser, Dr. Eggman, Ridley, and other familiar villains. But in the middle, our mysterious figure from the last 2 end credit scenes begins to speak. Out of all the people I've brought here, your story is the most interesting. No matter how many versions of you I find, you always get taken down by those toddlers. Frankly, I think it's unfair. So I offer you a chance to tip the scales. Our mysterious figure steps forward. I do hope you'll join us. Things are about to get a little taboo. The villains all turn, and we see what Taboo has been watching on the screen for these last 2 end credit scenes. Monitors showing footage from the Mario movie, Sonic movie, Donkey Kong, Yoshi, Knuckles, Steve from Minecraft, Shadow the Hedgehog. The Smash universe is officially established. Subspace Emissary will be the plot. We can go in any direction we want next, and we are gonna make so much f***ing money.
Remember, all I'm offering is the truth.
Beats, baby.